how I'm finally locking in as someone who's never been able to stick to a routine. First of all, and this is the main part I think for me and people like me, keep it simple. I know everyone always says like you need to plan it really well and you need to be specific, but sometimes I feel like that's not really helpful because then when I don't stick to it to a T, I feel like I've already failed and I might as well just give up. And this doesn't mean that I'm just gonna fool myself into thinking that I'm actually sticking to some habits while I'm actually not making any progress. It just means that I'll be easier on myself and more flexible. Like, for example, I tell myself I'm working out 3 times a week, but I'm not saying this has to be on a Monday or a Wednesday or any specific times or any specific workouts, really. Same thing with I have to get steps in and go on a walk every single day. I'm not saying I have to get 10,000 steps in, because if one day I don't reach that goal, then the next day is just going to be harder for me to get myself back into it. And the second tip that kind of goes into this as well is I've made my goals easier in general. Like, I'm not saying I have to work out 5 times a week, 3 times is enough for a beginner like me. I'm saying I'm going to eat home cooked meals instead of I'm going to only eat whole foods. Because again, I've not been in a routine like that for months. And if you are further along in your habits, then obviously you can change that to fit your goals. And the final tip for today that's really helped me is to make my habits and goals stackable. So, for example, the blue and the purple highlighted habits that I want to incorporate can easily be done after one another to form like a morning routine or a night routine. And this also makes it so that all these goals, these new goals that I'm incorporating into my life, don't take up my whole day. But even so, I'm not going to be strict on myself if, for example, I don't do a workout in the morning. I know that maybe I can do it in the afternoon, maybe even the next day. And those are just some of the things that have kept me going and are helping me during this 30-day challenge, where I've actually started this challenge with no motivation, which is something I've never done before. And I'm actually getting more motivation throughout the challenge. And I know that when I don't have motivation, I can still do it because I've already done it in the beginning. So I hope you will join me in becoming the best version of yourself. And let's see if we can actually stick to it this time.